Live from Port Huron, Michigan. It's the Paul Murray and Friends Show. All right. Where is
We're
my
here, and joining us off camera is Justin Stickley.
From Port Huron, Michigan. It's
Somebody.
I needed to mute my.
okay. We got the pop out chat. Hit the like button, Paul.
Yep, got to hit the like button. Gotta do the panel. Oh, AZ's first.
AZ's right on the ball this morning. He's not going to let anybody beat him this morning.
No, AZ. Maybe you can tell us. We were having a discussion with Justin before we came on about the DJI lack of information. Have you heard anything more other than the emails that we got? I think my email and your email were the same.
Yeah. It's called Shut Up and Wait.
Pretty much. I just ordered a thing of filament and a magnetic bed for my printer. So it was only 20 bucks. Yeah, it was only $20 for both of them. So.
Well, good. AZ says you can always bet on him, Paul.
Well, you should have been around the school this morning, Paul.
What happened?
Got my shirt on with my beanie hat this morning.
Yeah.
I pulled up to the school this morning and got out the bus, and the principal goes, "Hang on a minute." She runs into the school, comes back with the phone. "I gotta have a picture of this." She said, "This is great." I only had about a half a bus this morning. Holy crap.
AZ says, no, nothing from DJI. Sucks.
Yeah. Well, they got a big track and field meet here in town today. So all my old 6, 7, 8s, I had nobody on my bus this morning. The whole back of my bus was empty this morning. So I got to fly at 11 o'clock, the first job, and 12 o'clock, second job, Paul.
Oh, boy. That'll keep you humping.
Yep. Then I got to pick those signs up before 1:30.
Well, your dance card around lunchtime is pretty full, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah. So I got time this morning to come on. So.
Good morning, AZ. Good morning, Hodges.
Hey. Well, I'd like to know what it is with this damn cat lately. Right here. It's right under my feet. He wants to lay right here. I have my feet there, and he comes in and lays on top of my feet.
Well, yeah, because he wants to be attached to you.
I don't know.
It's just I think the animals, they understand when there's something changes in the home, because Lynn's dogs have been real clingy, and that cat that she was having a trouble with. She decided yesterday to let the cat out. The cat was out, didn't bother anybody. Actually went over and did a side swipe, rubbed on Hosser,
Oh,
And her other cat just passed away, right?
Yes. Yep.
I wonder if that's a reason for the change too. Maybe it felt like the other cat was in its territory or something.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But Lynn's been watching him just to see how he does, but he's been just doing fine. Hasn't attacked any of the other dogs or created any issues, just kind of walking around the house. Before that, she kept him, unless she took him out, she kept him in his kennel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious if that's what it is like.
Yeah.
The other cat
Territorial thing. Yep. She knew the other cat was there, and the other cat had free run, and why don't I, and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
And she said that for the first time, the cat came up and got on her shoulder and gave her a headbutt. And she says, when a cat gives you a headbutt, that's gratuity. That's really good.
Yeah.
So the cat doesn't want the bubble on its head no more.
Well, the thing of it is that I'm hoping that bud that comes around and gets his second final chance, you know? What you doing? You ate your breakfast. Good girl.
So today's election day in Ontario.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
No chance that Trudeau's not up for re-election, is he?
No, that's federal. This is provincial.
Well, I wish they'd get rid of his.
Oh, geez, you and me both. Yeah, it wouldn't be quick enough in the room today.
You know, and the funny part of it is, the news, unless the news is wrong, Paul, that in the last year, 327 people have been killed by handguns in Canada. We
Yeah.
get that on a bad weekend in Chicago.
Yeah, no shit, eh?
Well, you know, they were doing if you look at the actual studies too of first world nations with mass shootings, the U.S. isn't even close to the top.
No,
It's just we get hammered by the news and the media and other countries because we have such open, you know, about our guns. But there's actually a lot of other first world nations that have a lot more mass shootings than we do. They just, you don't hear about it because they're not the United States.
yeah.
Anytime
Yeah.
anything happens in the United States, everybody hears about it.
Well,
Yeah.
and
So
the other-
anyways, we got little Lama Laura and Bill from Newfound Drone Production.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, the other thing too is, you know what they don't report? They don't report the people that are killed by knives and other ways. Because in New York City, there's stabbings going on left and right.
Well, they have a huge problem with that in the United Kingdom too. A huge problem. It's an epidemic there with the stabbings because it's an easier weapon to get.
You know what they don't?
You see this, Paul? Huh?
What?
Our customers are speaking with the wallet. Sales spike at a Cambridge gun store following handgun freeze.
Oh,
So now everybody running out, gonna grab one now.
get your guns, get your guns.
Where the hell is this road at? This road
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
Newfound, Bill, how you doing? Little Lama Laura, bored of traveling already, she says. And Laura says, "Oh, hi to you too, Justin," because she did, you know, because you're not on camera. She didn't realize you were there.
Oh, what's up, Laura? This road does not exist. It's literally telling me to turn on this road, and there's nothing but a wall there. It's doing it on both sides of this building too. It says that it's a road, but there's nothing there unless there used to be a road there.
Could have been, yeah, you know, the update.
Yeah, Google sucks at updating.
Paul, do you ever run into that when you're out doing signs where Google tells you there's a road and there isn't a road, or there is a road?
No, like my biggest problem I have is new subdivisions that are trying to find a street or an address and it's a field.
Oh
Because,
yeah, I have
you know-
that problem all the time.
One of the biggest issues I find here is because we have a Highway 3, if you want to call it, but it's called Talbot. It's on both ends of town. Like from St. Thomas going to the west, it runs all the way almost to Windsor, and going to the east of St. Thomas, it runs. I forget how far it goes before it gets renamed, but it goes for miles and miles. Anyways, I get a 911 number, and sometimes it'll show me on the wrong side of St. Thomas where it is.
Nice to see you too, Bill. Newfound Drones. Hope everything's going well for you over there. Mike Rennick
Yeah.
is here. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Mike. How's
Mike, it's usually the for the Mike and Albert show.
yeah, I was kind of wondering how Mr. Albert is doing.
think they got a little bit of a problem with the camera operator here. There must be nobody there and they just left it looking up down the river.
Uh,
Chop off
They
the
didn't put-
top of the Tadasic. What?
Yeah,
What?
I'm almost at it.
Gotta go outside? Okay, all right. Be right back. Mia wants something, so I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
so I just,
Gotta go outside. Go outside. Come on.
Yeah, I got some hound dogs sound like they want in. Oh, well.
yeah, I'm running that all the time with all the construction around there.
Oh yeah, just I can't believe like all the new construction going up. It just. But one of the biggest problems is that up in the southeast corner of St. Thomas, they put in fields and fields of houses. I mean, fields. I can't believe how many houses are going up, and that's just one area. But they're not building any more schools. They got one school there right now. People live across the street have to be bused to another town because they don't have room. But yet they're not building any new schools. I don't understand that.
Yeah, they're not like equally building the infrastructure up.
No.
Yeah, see, I'm running into a problem too. Is they're renumbering a lot of streets because there's so many addresses now that they have to go from like 4 to 5 digit. And
Oh yeah.
nothing in Google or our system is updated because our stuff is 2-3 years old in the system. And so it takes you to the wrong addresses. Oh, it's just a nightmare.
It's funny. I had an uncle that lived over on a street called Warehouse. He lived there. They've lived there most of their lives. Okay, it's a 1-block street. Their house was number 8. For some reason, it's 32 now. Like,
Wow.
what the hell? What's that about? Are they going to extend the street? They had to change the numbers. I don't understand. And he's only the second house from the street where it dead ends. He used to be 8, now he's 32. So, hey, JD. And Corey Mano too. JD and Corey Mano just came in. Good morning, gentlemen. Paul just out, I think, feeding the hounds or something, or the squirrels or something. There's.
Well, I just passed 123,000 miles in my truck.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, well, everything here is in kilometers. I think I've got 235,000 kilometers in my truck, which is probably about, I don't know, 160,000 miles. I don't know, something like that.
I was stopping to get gas. My gas light came on. I wasn't paying attention.
Our gas jumped overnight last night. It's up to $2 and 6 cents a liter.
475 here at Dallas. So I was right on E, so I'll let you know how much a full tank was.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I was
I don't
all the
know.
way down on B.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. My grass out in back, Paul, has probably grown an inch overnight.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, I went out to the reserve last night. Took County Road 45 right to the very end at a T intersection. There's a field right there. The corn is up about 4 inches already.
Really?
Right, I thought they just planted it 2 weeks ago, but 4 inches. Corn's up already. I just went, what? They've already planted tobacco already here too already.
Wow. Corey Mano's here. Hey, Corey. Sorry I missed you coming in. Mia had to go out. She was fed and then she went out. And now she's back in and we're good for a while. At some point in time this morning, I've got a call about my hotspot doesn't seem to be working.
Oh,
So $50 for a full tank.
And I don't know whether they just didn't do my auto pay or set it up properly. Because it says that you have an issue and whatever. It's a brand new hotspot that Lynn bought one, I bought one. She doesn't have a problem with hers, but I have a problem with mine. And then last night, my internet went out they said it was going to be out until this morning, like it's set by 7 o'clock. But my internet only went out for about an hour.
That's what I found in
my-
the middle of the road.
What's
but
that?
yesterday,
You found that?
It was just in the middle of the road, yeah.
Wow. That's not a cheap connector.
No, I grabbed it when I saw it. There ain't nothing wrong with it either. There's no rubbing on it or anything.
but anyways, I went up to Reserve last night and stopped and had coffee with my friends there. I called them up. They said, well, we might not be able to have coffee. We got no hydro from those storms that went through yesterday. But by the time I got there, though, they had their hydro back. So
So that was $50 to fill that. Or $52.
$50
$52,
cost
yeah.
me. I have a little Ford Ranger, and it's about $150 to fill my truck.
Well, this has only got a 12-gallon tank on it. It's not very big. It's just a little Jeep Patriot.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a very big gas tank on it. It's only 12 gallons. But I was completely on E with the gas light on with only 20 miles left. So, yeah, it was 52.01 to fill it up. But yeah, remember too, Hodges, like a year and a half, 2 years ago, it would only been like $22, maybe $26.
Yeah,
Like
I
it
could
was
fill
only,
mine up for about 75.
Here comes
Oh.
Ron.
Mr. Ron,
it got as low as almost $1.30 here a couple years ago. It was super low.
Are you feeling any better today, Ron?
I feel a little better today. I'm still not out of the woods, but feeling compared to like 2 days ago. Yeah.
You going to work or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out in a couple hours. I'm just gonna drive up and get up there early. I'm gonna go to the apartment and maybe take a nap before I go in, start a night shift. I'm working what they call a reverse 24. I'm working tonight and then tomorrow day. So just to help another employee out, he needed the time off. That's what we do for each other up there. Otherwise, that wouldn't be due till Friday day shift. But just came in from feeding the critters. In fact, I got a,
So the herd were there?
yeah, I got a new buck. I haven't seen this guy before. He's,
ooh, hello.
Oh,
he's
look at the velvet on him.
yeah. Yeah, he was eating this morning.
They come right up and eat out of your hand, don't they?
Yep. Yeah.
Is AZ in the chat still?
No. He's eating, he munched, he
Yeah.
ate 2 bowls this morning. He was hungry.
I just want to ask AZ a quick question. AZ, does it matter? What's the standard tip that comes with the Ender 3? Is it the 4 millimeter or is it the 2? I think it is. Just let me know what he says.
Corey says that gas is $608 US there and 204 a liter there as well.
204.
That's it.
Jesus.
Yeah, but the thing is, what did he say? How much was it a US gallon?
US 608 US dollars is
Yeah,
what the
but
high
is
is.
that including the conversion though? But Canadian to American dollars.
Jesus.
No, because what he's saying is he's doing Canada, okay? But 608 in the US, but it's $2.04 Canadian a liter, which is how much is that, Paul, then? $8 or $9?
Well,
9.
we're 4.5 liters to a gallon, or 4.52, I think it is, liters to a gallon, but our gallon is bigger than your gallon. Okay, because your gallon is only 4 liters. But I'm just saying, if Corey's saying the gas is 608 USD, yeah, okay, so okay, there he is. Gas is 608 USD. So you add what, another 25-30% on top of that.
If you were
Is what-
used Canadian
If we were
dollar,
to use Canadian dollars to buy a US gallon. Well, according to mine, says that includes the conversion to the money. I don't know. Okay, and see, that's not a full gallon of what we're used to either. So I don't know. It's just stupid.
Yeah, but the conversion rate fluctuates all the time too.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
high
yeah.
one day and low the other. Tomorrow it could be $2 more. That's
So
why
it's
the
79. Yeah. So our dollar is worth 79 cents to a $1 American. AZ Drone Dude says, Paul, tell Justin a 0.4 nozzle and 1.75 filament.
Okay.
1.75 filament. Yep.
A 0.4 nozzle and a 1.75 filament.
Did you see what Mike put up there?
About AZ.
Yeah, he
So
says
he's
go
going
on
on
the
panel.
panel and read the chat for everyone.
Now, AZ, my only question is the 0.4 what comes with the Ender 3?
Yeah, AZ might know, but he shouldn't it tell you what it is in your instructions, or
All they gave me was how to build instructions.
they didn't
Oh.
give you an operating? Well, I suppose you would have to look that up.
And the filament I ordered was 1.75, so that's right.
Okay, Paul, tell Justin the 0.4 nozzle is it. What you need to find
Nozzle
out is
that
to
comes
make
with it.
sure that you have a 0.4 nozzle on that Ender 3, right?
Yeah, I just need to know if that's what comes with it.
If that's a standard, right?
Right. Because if it is, that means I ordered the right filament. Because I was looking at like a spare nozzle kit last night on Amazon, and they came with 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 inch tips on them, and I wasn't sure which one I would use.
Well, Corey Mono said that with his Ender 3, it came with a 0.4 nozzle.
Okay. That's what I figured. I was just wanted to double check.
And AZ confirmed it. He says, yes, standard 0.4, but you can change it to bigger or smaller based on your print size.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I ordered the right filament, which I did. So.
You know, the sad part of it is that the chat that I'm watching, some of you guys get it faster than I do, because I notice, Paul, you'll answer the chat and I'm looking down there, and all of a sudden, boom, there it is.
Hey, there's Matt.
Hey, Matt.
And Blind Neil. Hey, good morning, Blind Neil. I haven't seen you for a while. Well, other than a couple things he sends me once in a while, but hey, welcome there, Blind Neil.
Bye, Neil. Matt, David
Which Matt?
Preston.
Which Matt is it?
You're Matt, Northeast Drone Productions.
Oh, my Matt. Oh, that's sweet.
You're Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, that message you sent me this morning, Matt, was hilarious.
Oh,
That little. Did he send you that clip about the alcoholic or whatever?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Marshall, good morning.
David Preston, which is Laura's other significant other, he says that the Enders usually come with a 0.4 as standard. They come with 0.75 filament.
Uh,
Oh, mine didn't come with because usually it comes with like a little
Test
like
filament.
Yeah.
full of it, but mine didn't have it in there because it was the.
Good morning,
so
Marshall. Yeah.
I'm assuming whoever returned it just didn't put it back in the box.
AZ told, well, Matt came in and told Justin to leave AZ alone. And AZ comes in and says, hey, Matt, your lawyer is an ass kisser.
Dave Preston just put a link in there for Amazon UK, but about a standard filament size you want, many different brands available.
Yeah, I found it. Like I said, I found a kit online, and it had all different size tips. I just wasn't sure which one I should use with the 0.75 filament.
Yeah.
The 1.75. So as long as I know that, then I'll be able to figure it out in the future. I want to
You
switch.
see this? Huh?
Yeah, what's that?
It's now legal to possess and consume heroin, cocaine, fentanyl in British Columbia, but still illegal for unvaccinated Canadians to board an airplane.
Really? It's legal to possess. I don't know about
There's-
that.
Shit, in Florida now it's a murder charge if you get caught dealing with fentanyl. I told you guys about that.
Yeah.
Well, British Columbia, that's
They
up over
complain about
top.
that
That's over top of the West Coast. So I imagine a lot of liberal action going on up there.
Oh, I was going to ask Matt too. Which party won in Australia? Because that new I think it was the prime minister. He was like dogging the hell out of the Liberal Party. So I'm assuming it wasn't the Liberal Party that won. So I was just curious if it was his party that he was talking for, or which party actually won that election.
Yeah, David corrected himself and he says, no, that should be 1.75 when he's talking about the filament.
Yeah, we already got all that figured out. I ordered the right filament.
Oh, Marshall said that they had a power outage out there in Arizona. He says it went out last night. Talk about hot. It was 90 degrees in the house.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's not nice when it's hot. Yeah.
And David said he thought that Matt didn't answer is that he thought Labor Party, he thinks won.
Like I said, they were dogging the hell out of the Liberal Party, so I assumed it wasn't them that won.
Marshall says Justin's using the Biden internet service. That's why it's so choppy. And Matt says, yeah, Labor won.
So is that a good party or what? Because
Yeah, I would imagine Labor has got to be better than Liberal.
Because honestly, as Americans, we should be just as concerned with their election as they should ours, because we're so closely tied right now. I mean,
well,
the
that plus, under your theory too, is that we're still supplementing the island, with sending them candy and canned goods and helping them getting plumbing into all their houses and yeah. And Matt says, doesn't matter who's in, they're all a bunch of crooks.
Well, I mean, he was all worried about everybody going and voting the other day when he was talking to Tim. So I wasn't sure if he had
Yeah.
if that was the one he was going for or what.
Blind Neil says the British Columbia is run by the NDP, Paul.
Yeah. Well, it is. Yeah. Yeah. But that's, oh, we're going to do free healthcare and all this shit, or better service and all this shit. But yeah, it's okay. You can take things and overdose and everything else. There's more people killed overdose than there was freaking handguns.
Handguns, yeah.
But we're going to legalize drugs. They just want to keep you in a stupor. That's all they want to do.
A friend of mine back home, her son was just killed. He was heroin and fentanyl.
Yep.
This last week.
Well, it's going to be like, even though they're making it legalized, what they're saying is small amounts is not going to be a chargeable offense. But the funny thing is, fentanyl kills people. But even in a small quantity, they said the size of a freaking pinhead could kill you. But small quantities, we're not even going to take it from you. You can still have it. I went, really?
Did
What did you
Yeah.
get gun?
did you see what Matt put in the chat? He says, "What the hell is plumbing, Paul?"
AZ drone dude said, "What? Go ahead and update your Mavic 4, JD."
That was funny what he said. He said your lawyer's an ass catcher. Most lawyers are though, AC. I mean, you got a point there.
You wouldn't believe the documentation I got to do daily just because I, handle and transport narcotics.
Yeah,
Oh,
but even
God.
from what? Just state to state, right?
Well, I mean, it all starts, they're in a dual, our medication room is locked, and then the narcotics are in a lock safe. There is almost like each vial of narcotic has a label on it, with an RFID sticker on
Yep.
it. So that-
Yep.
And the scanner knows what's inside that safe at all times. When I sign it out, like we go on a trip, I have to sign it out. If I use a drug, all the documentation that I have to not only put in the patient charting, but then into that computer program. And then let's say I only used half a vial of fentanyl, the rest is considered waste. So I have to stand in front of another person, draw up the rest of that drug. It has to be witnessed that I'm, wasting it in the sink. Oh yeah. And then on top of that, there's a camera from our hospital security that sits there and watches the whole thing.
Why would you dump fentanyl down the drain? Wouldn't that?
Once you open
'Cause
up
it
a
goes in-
vial,
Yeah,
know,
right. You
Well,
can't-
yeah, but
can't
isn't
remember.
that tainting the water supply?
No, it goes into the sewer. Sewer goes to treatment centers.
Yeah, but that's still recycled a lot of times.
Oh,
I know here it's big time. They tell you don't put pills, nothing down.
yeah,
those,
they tell you
in the
not
toilet,
to put
nothing.
pills and stuff, but you can. It's just they don't want you to.
Yeah.
Because in a worst case scenario, let's say you had a power outage or something at the treatment plant, all that would back up.
Yeah.
And then what happens is, like when you get powerful storms, Paul,
Yeah.
what happens is that the storm sewers and everything will back up the system, and then they have places where it opens up and it just goes out into the rivers.
Yeah. I don't know. I know it's a big thing here about drugs and stuff. Like, I had a whole pile of drugs on here from Bonnie, but I just take them back to the drugstore and they dispose of them.
Okay, David, I will. David says that Laura's going to send a picture of the red arrows in the UK
Oh, yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah.
for the Jubilee. Keep an eye out.
But I just thought something that's dangerous of what fentanyl is that you wouldn't be able to dispose of it that way. That I just surprised. That's all.
We usually a lot of times just put it right in the garbage or in the what we call our needle box.
Yeah.
It's just a couple, like, got an
Well,
ounce.
it's diluted anyways, though. It's not like, like straight fentanyl,
Yeah.
Here's the picture Laura sent.
Oh, cool.
Well, first responders you guys get flooded with paperwork anyway for patients, and just like cops, they have half their damn shift is just doing paperwork.
It is.
What would you say about 60-70% of your job is just doing paperwork on?
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, a lot of cops, that's why cops will work 12, 14-hour shifts, because they'll spend 3-4 hours just doing paperwork at the end of the day.
Last week I spent 3 hours on a chart alone, making sure I was dotted and T was crossed. And
yeah, that's a lot of paperwork for first responders, whether you're freaking paramedic or freaking police officer, it don't matter. See, that's one of the reasons why I got out of that one ticket a couple years ago. Was I got a speeding ticket, and I went to the courthouse on the due date that the copy of the ticket said I had to be there. I go in there to pay it, and the lady looks up in the computer. She goes, "There ain't no ticket here." I said, "What?" She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "You got to realize sometimes these cops, at the end of the day, if they don't feel like the ticket's worth spending their time writing up at the end of the day because they're tired, she said they'll just throw them away."
Yeah.
She goes, "It happens all the time. People will come in here to pay tickets and they're not in the system because the cop just decided at the end of the day, you know what? It was a 5 mile an hour over or 7 mile an hour over. I just really don't feel like dealing with it." And they'll decide at the end of the day, they'll sift through their tickets and figure out which ones they don't want to deal with that aren't serious, little low minor
did she
ones.
give you any documentation that you came in and tried to pay it? Because boy, I
No,
would want that.
No, she put it in the computer, but she said that because it wasn't in there and that she noted it in the computer, she said, "Don't worry about it. You're not going to get no warrant or anything." She goes, "This happens all the time." She goes, "If for some reason it fell through the cracks," she goes, "all we're going to do is contact you." She goes, "So you won't get in trouble or anything." Because I was specifically the same way you are right now asking me. I was asking her, I don't want no damn bench warrant out for my arrest because I didn't show up for some stupid speeding ticket.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, no. She goes, worst case scenarios," she said, "we'll try to contact you. If not, it just literally, they actually, in Polk County, they have a collection agency. They just send the tickets to a collection agency." So you have to pay the collection agency for it. But it does get docked against your license until you pay it. Right? So once you pay the collection agency off, then it just goes from there. Then they contact the courthouse and let them know you paid it. So it's not as serious as in some places, you don't show up and you'll get in some trouble. But I made sure I asked her that because I was like, I'm not fucking getting in trouble for some stupid little speeding ticket where I was 7 miles over. But she said no. She goes, the cops will literally sift through the tickets at the end of the day sometimes, and they'll just decide, you know what, this ticket really isn't worth my time having to sit here and put it in the computer and everything. Because, like I said, they work 12-hour shifts usually. So at the end of the day, they're tired. They don't want to sit there and deal with every stupid little ticket. If anything, it's more of just a scare tactic for you, right?
Yeah.
It's like, but yeah, I went in there to pay it, and it wasn't in the system. So and that's what she told me. She says it happens all the time. She said it's more common than you think.
Well, David over in the UK says that right now there was a news article out that only 1 in 17 crimes lead to an arrest. And so the headlines in the newspaper says, never been a better time to be a criminal.
Well, they won't prosecute people.
Nope. So that article probably goes on further to say, even though there's an arrest in 1 in 17 crimes, the next step is how many convictions out of those 1 in 17 actually get convicted.
Like in Toronto, like they're, Bill was saying, or like, in Toronto, people get killed every day, but, the gun laws aren't affecting them whatsoever. Like the only people they can control is the law-abiding citizens. They can't control criminals.
Yeah.
So we're just, this is what we're gonna do. Like,
Yeah, like they think that the criminals are going to respect the laws. No.
well, where's the place that has the most guns? It's
Yeah.
at a gun range. Okay. You ever hear anybody getting killed at a gun range because they wanted to shoot a whole bunch of people? No. Like it doesn't, like more
They're
guns.
armed. Yep.
Well, that's
Well,
what,
here's a funny statistic for you. You know what like 1,000% increase in crime in Detroit now is stealing high-end steering wheels out of cars.
Jesus.
Oh,
So,
yeah, but
like,
with the airbags, right? So
Yep.
Well, it's like, Grady Judd made a good point, and I've been saying this forever, about the Texas shooting. He said, well, what do you think that they need to put more legislation in? He said they already had all the laws preventing that. He goes, do you think the criminal cared about there wasn't allowed to be guns at the school? There was, it's a gun-free zone. Like he mentioned like 5 or 6 different laws that are all, first-degree felonies about bringing a gun on campus. He goes, he didn't follow any of those. He said, so what's the point of putting any more laws in place? He said, criminals don't follow the law, and that's the truth. It don't matter how much gun legislation you put up. If somebody wants to shoot somebody, they're going to shoot somebody if they have access to a gun.
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Mike Rennick says, Paul, that Chris Kyle got shot at a gun range.
Who?
Yeah, but that was also a whole different situation too. That was where a bunch of soldiers with PTSD. We talked about that, remember? With Lynn that one day.
Yeah.
The problem was Chris had all the great intentions of helping his fellow veterans, which he did. But the problem was like Lynn said, he wasn't a trained psychologist. And, you know what I'm saying? And the gun range probably wasn't the best thing to introduce to new people that you're trying to help with PTSD, especially as somebody that was in the military, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it's loud bangs, stuff like that can trigger something.
Number 12.
And like I said, nothing against Chris Kyle. Dude's an American hero, love him to death. But like Lynn pointed out, he wasn't a trained psychologist, and he should have done a little bit more due diligence on each individual before he decided to do that, which made it make sense. But Paul's talking about just people randomly going to the gun range. Now, there are accidents and there have been a couple of shootings here and there randomly over the years, but I mean, it's nothing like the school shootings or anything, definitely. But there has been accidents at gun ranges, a lot more just accidents than intentional. Like there was you guys remember that one 10-year-old girl a couple of years ago? I think it was a 10-year-old or 12-year-old girl, and maybe it was a boy, and he was the gun instructor was teaching him how to shoot, and I want to say it was like a freaking mini Uzi or something, but the kickback.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They accidentally shot the instructor in the head because the gun kicked back too far. But that's an accident. That's not something that was intentional. Where'd everybody go?
Oh, I'm right here. I'm not far away. I was just checking something out.
You and Ron
Nah.
both got, it's like I'm just sitting here talking.
Oh, no, yeah, I just got to write a number down. I had just, cool. Oh, I need a piece of paper. Yeah. Okay.
I gotta go see if anybody's at this high school. If not, I just put gates are locked and I don't have to go look for those 4 meters. But that's what sucks about having schools on your paperwork during the summertime.
Yeah.
Freaking, you can't get in, so.
Any herd out there, Ron?
No, they been here really early in the mornings, like 5:30, 6 o'clock, which would be, 7 to 9 o'clock your time,
Ah,
and they're usually gone.
have they been coming back in the evening or no?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Won't see as much of them this summer. I'm anxious to see the little fawns. Should be getting born here pretty soon.
Well, you would think to be out now.
Yeah.
Okay, where is? Oh, it was, right there. Well, we had a storm go through here. And right after the storm there, my brother in his backyard up here. But anyway, 2 right there. Well, look how long she is. They're big deer.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is back my brother's house. Well, it drops down into this spot here, but he's got like a deck down in here. But anyway, so but yeah, 2 deer showed up.
Oh. What did he catch him and take the picture, or is that from outdoor? camp?
No, they just off his phone or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yep. What time is it? 10:17. I gotta be at that place for 11 o'clock. Yeah, well, I got a few minutes yet.
How far a drive you got to go, Paul?
Oh, just, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 blocks, someplace like that.
Oh, so it's right there in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's not that far away. And then from there, I got to drive over to the Fingal line, which is just about 2 miles out of town for the second one. Yeah.
Wow, the high school has 4 meters. It's kind of odd. Most of the schools don't have more than 2. Wonder if they're using one for a science class. They don't have a pool, so I don't know that they need a pool.
Where are you at there, Justin?
One of the high schools, but
Oh,
it
high
says
school.
they have, nobody's in that office, but because it's probably all the teachers, but they're all inside the complex, so I can't get nobody to the front door.
Yeah. JD, yeah, my brother's a big golfer. He's got a net there, so what he does is he's got things set up there so he can practice swinging there, and then the net catches the balls. So
Most schools never have more than 2 meters. This one's got 4. So I'm assuming they probably have one for, some of them use natural gas for science classes. They might be using that for that.
Hanging with JD, Paul was asking if your brother had a little
Yeah, I
patch
did-
of
I-
on the deck. Yeah.
Yeah, I just answered him. Yeah, he does. He's got a
Oh.
net there and he swings on the golf balls, but the net catches them, so they don't doesn't go very far, like maybe 5 feet, and they drop down and he picks them back up again. So yeah, my brother's a big time golfer. Well, he even works at a golf course, so that's how much he's into golf. So
Oh,
well, he's supposed to be not working there, but he doesn't work full time. Yeah, I forget how many hours a week he's got to put in. It's not very much, but it pays for his membership, right? So but he used to work for him a lot more one time, but cutting grass all the time, right? So
I'm still here. I'm listening. I got to make a quick phone call. Well, I don't know how quick it's going to be.
okay. Well, I got to leave in a few minutes because I got to go across town, get set up and everything else to go fly that real estate job. The funny thing is, I've already flown it once, so. Oh, I gotta forward this to my sister. Forward.
I'll get in a good area here in a minute. Park. And then that's the dress.
Well, I'm gonna, I guess, go
Okay.
finish getting ready. Uh,
Okay, Ron,
I'll park.
I'm dealing with the internet.
I'll park down here. I'll keep everybody busy. I can't talk. I can't see the chat, but
You guys all have a good day.
Yep, for sure.
Later,
So
Ron.
you're heading to work today, are you, Ron?
Yeah, I'm gonna head up here in a couple hours.
Yeah.
For the night shift. All right, guys, we'll take care. We'll see you all later.
Okay, have a good one there. Yep.
Bye.
Okay, Ron. I've been trying to call Cricket, Paul, for the last 24 hours.
Oh, okay.
I have a hotspot that I bought, and it doesn't work.
Mm.
Cricket Wireless. Due to higher call volumes, hold times are longer than usual. Your wait time is approximately 7 minutes.
7
that's
minutes.
not too bad.
Wireless number
I've called some places. They're like, your wait time is 46 minutes.
press 1. To go back to
Yeah,
a
kiss my ass because I ain't waiting that long. I got more things to do than that.
channel. Thank you for being a loyal Cricket customer.
Team Danger drives a machine that picks up golf balls at the range. He posted a video a while back. Cool. Yeah.
Okay, am I still muted? I picked the choice that they'll call me back when it's my turn. We'll see how that works.
That's how my internet provider works. I don't even know. Oh, it might be 40 minutes or whatever. Or you hit 9 and you'll call back queue, and you will not lose your place on queue. So they call you
Yeah.
back.
Do you
That's
ever
the best
lose
way.
your do you ever lose your place?
Nope. They've been really good.
Usually they'll call you back. I've never had an issue using that system.
Well, here's the issue is I got this nice little hotspot. I used it. I thought I had it set up for auto reboot, redo, auto pay. But now it's telling me that there's a problem with it and this and that and it. Because when I first started up, it shows the bars and everything. So I got to find out what the hell is going on.
You thought you had to set up for auto pay?
Yeah.
Why do you have a hotspot if you have internet?
Well, I do have internet. However, if I want to use any other device down by the water, I can't figure out how this new phone, how the hotspot actually, it doesn't seem to want to link to anything. And It just,
You
This
know
whole-
why? Because you might have the hotspot built into your phone, but you might not have access to use it. You get what
Well,
I'm saying? Some
according to
phones,
according to my plan, I do have. In fact, when I had an issue with this new Cricket phone, I called them and the person on there actually questioned, well, how come you have a hotspot? How much do you use it? Do you need the hotspot? And he says, because we're looking here on your service and you haven't used any of your Wi-Fi, you know? And it's like, well, maybe not, you know?
Yeah.
because like I've had phones in the past that had like the hotspot was in the menu, but it wouldn't allow me to use it because I didn't have access to it. But I mean, if you know for sure you're supposed to have it.
Well, it's part of the plan. And the thing that pisses me off is it's supposed to be, my plan is supposed to be similar to, I came off of Boost and I had their lowest plan because I'd been with them for years and years and years and years and years. Then I had problem with Boost. And so I switched over to Cricket Wireless on the advice of a very good friend. And I don't think that their operational system is any better than anybody else's, other than now I'm paying $15 more a month for the same service. I don't get it. Probably should have just stayed with Boost and
Well,
bit my
see, a
tongue.
lot of those, some of those. Well, see, some of those companies like Boost and Cricket and stuff. It all depends on what store you go to because some of them are franchised. And so sometimes you have really good guys that are really know what they're doing that own the stores. Like the guy that owns the Total Wireless store here in my town that I go, rip your cell phone apart to whatever part in it, but you could go to another Total Wireless store and it'd be complete shit because nobody in there knows what they're doing. And that's why I said some of these cell phone companies like Total Wireless, all that, some of their stores are franchised and they're not corporate stores. So if you don't have somebody that's a good owner or a good operator, it can be crap.
Yeah, I kind of wish that I had gone like up to Walmart or something, or
You don't want to go up to Walmart
no.
unless somebody. You can go to some Walmarts and like I said, it's the same thing. You got to have somebody that knows what they're doing
Knows what they're doing.
because you'll have.
Well, I went into Best Buy before I bought. You're breaking up really bad.
The best part
Justin, you're gone, buddy.
Yeah. He's history. He's out of here. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're
Well, Paul, unfortunately, I got to do the same thing
okay, Paul. I understand.
because I got a half an hour to get there and get set up. And
Okay,
so
My
I'll catch you
goodness.
tonight, Paul.
tonight sounds good, Paul.
Okay. See you guys. Everybody have a good one. Catch you all later. Bye.
Bye-bye. Justin, you're in a bad area, I think.
Am I okay now?
Yep, we can hear you.
Let me find a pen. Okay. Yeah, I would.
JD put in the chat. Don't let Robo Justin hurt us, Murray.
Shut up, kiss ass.
I'm going to answer this call. I'm still here.
You
Yeah.
heard what AZ said earlier, JD.
Crap. Turn speaker on. Speaker off. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Okay. I pressed one. The hell? Hating this phone.
The internet, you can access your account on the My Cricket app or chat with us at cricketwireless.com to make payments or check your account details. Thanks for being part of the Cricket Nation. Your approximate wait time is Batman on HBO Max.
Hi, welcome to Cricket Nation. My name is Jess. May I have your name?
Yeah, Jess Paul Murray.
Thank you. How can I help you today?
Well, I've got 2 Cricket devices that I bought like in the last month. And the one is the phone, which I'm still trying to get used to. At 70 years old, I don't like change, but I'm trying. But the other thing is I bought a hotspot at the same time from the Cricket store. And now it has stopped working. And I thought it had auto refresh on it. Can you, because when I call up or go online, it doesn't tell me about the other phone number, which is my hotspot.
Okay, I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to pull up your account here, Paul, for me to
Okay.
check. And your phone number is the one ending in 3966.
Yes, yep.
Yeah, how about your 4-digit PIN code?
I think it's 5611, but I'm not sure.
Go ahead and try. If that's it. So I have already accessed the account, and you know what? You mentioned that you have already checked this one online, and you don't see the hotspot line.
No.
What I can see here, we only have one line on this account, and that is the one ending in 3966. Do you have the hotspot box with you?
Yeah, yep. I've got all the information right here.
Okay, perfect. Can you provide to me, do you see like a phone number for the hotspot?
The phone number on the hotspot is 810-276-1139.
Thank you. Let's just go ahead and pull this up here.
And I purchased it on April the 29th.
Okay. How about the 4-digit PIN number in this account? Is it the same, 5611?
I think it is, although written on the box is another capital PM $1234567 $. I don't know what the hell that is.
No, no worries. I'll
But-
check it this one. And yeah, I was able, 5611 is the correct.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I was able to actually pull up a different account with this phone number for your hotspot. So I believe this they have created a new account or a different account for this. But do you want this hotspot box to be merged to your phone line?
That would be easier for me, I just all on together, The disappointing part is that, I came from Boost Mobile, having been there for years and years and years and years. And I was paying $35 a month for unlimited everything and all that. And then I went to Cricket and they said, yeah, it'd be the same. And then now I'm getting billed $60 a month for the same service that I had at Boost for $35, which scratched my head. But I bought the hotspot thinking that maybe I might use it on occasion, not all the time. And so I don't know what to think.
I'm really sorry about this one. But for the plan you mentioned that you have with Boost unlimited call, text, and Ethernet as well, right?
Well, that's what I did have. I switched over to Cricket, yes.
Okay. Because of what I can see here, With the $60 plan, that you have, I believe it's 55 since you have auto pay. That already includes the hotspot. And check, it seems like you have not used your hotspot, your mobile data, mobile hotspot, on your line. So I'm actually thinking if you want to skip, your hotspot box and pay for it, or do you want to try to use your mobile hotspot, that is included with your plan?
Okay, the issue I have is I haven't been able to get this phone to link with any of the hotspot stuff. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I need to play with it more. I don't know.
Let me try. Let's see, because as what I can see here, you are paying $35 for the hotspot box, right? And if you'll be able to, like, you mentioned that you're only going to use it occasionally. I believe the mobile hotspot that is included on your line or with your line, it's already enough for you to use. You have 15 gigabytes
Okay.
every month.
All right. Yeah, I occasionally use it to check a couple of things, like weather or whatever, but I'm not using it all the time. And so maybe it's just a learning curve for me. If it is, then, maybe, I don't know, just get rid of the other hot box, or the hotspot box that I got.
But it's still, it's still your decision. I'm just providing information and also options. Because I also want you to see. I don't want you to pay for something that you're not really using.
Right.
And for this, I have checked your usage on your hotspot box, and you know what? You actually have not used half of it. You have 20 gigabytes on this hotspot box, and you have only used actually barely 2 gigabytes.
Yeah, so I've used like 10% of it, right?
Just 10% of this, and you're paying 35. So let's try. You can actually, we have already purchased the box, so just in case in the future you need it, you can always activate it and add gigabytes to it.
Okay.
But let's go ahead and check on your mobile hotspot on the phone.
Okay.
Let's see if we'll be able to make it work. Can you please go to settings?
Okay, and settings. Okay.
And then on the settings, please look for network and internet.
Network and internet. Tap that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then look for mobile hotspot and tethering.
Mobile network cricket, it says.
You see mobile hotspot.
Mine's first thing is Wi-Fi, which is my home Wi-Fi. It's showing it's there. And then it says Wi-Fi calling, it is turned off. And then it's mobile network, and it's got a little arrow going to the right, and it says cricket. Then it's airplane mode, mobile plan, or advanced hotspot.
Okay, please click on the one that says hotspot.
And the advanced hotspot.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. It says hotspot and tethering is off.
Can you please turn it on?
I clicked on that. It says hotspot. Not sharing internet or content with other devices is off. USB tethering is off. Bluetooth tethering is off. Ethernet tethering is off. Using hotspot and tethering to provide internet or other devices through your mobile data connection. Apps can also create a hotspot to share content.
Okay. about it?
The one is US tethering, hotspot, not sharing internet or content with other devices. They're all three of my choices are off. Bluetooth tethering is the only Bluetooth tethering internet connection via Bluetooth. Is that what I want?
I believe it's the last option, or the third option,
The third option is
the wireless connection.
Ethernet tethering, it says. By using USB.
Okay. It doesn't, have the option to do a wireless connection.
No, it does not. So when I hit a hotspot tethering, it just takes me to all three of those choices are off.
Don't worry, just go ahead and check on this. I'm pulling up the user manual of this phone. I'm actually, using a different phone, that's why I'm not really familiar with the settings of this phone. But let me pull up the manual of this. This is the Cricket 3 5G, right?
Right.
Let's go ahead and check the settings here. Okay. So when you click on mobile hotspot, doesn't have on the mobile hotspot itself, doesn't have the option to turn it on.
It has, when I click on mobile network, that's my only choice. I have Wi-Fi calling is off. Wi-Fi is connected, it's on, but it's connected to my home internet.
Okay.
So my choices are going from the top under network and internet. Wi-Fi is Paul Murray, that's my home spot. Then the next one down shows a telephone on the left. It says Wi-Fi calling, that's turned off. The next choice I have is mobile network Cricket. Then airplane mode, a mobile plan, hotspot and tethering is off. Data saver is off. VPN none, and private DNS is off.
Can you turn on hotspot and tethering?
Hotspot and tethering. Okay, when I click on that, it goes hotspot tethering, not sharing internet or content with other devices. It has USB tethering is off, Bluetooth tethering is off, and Ethernet tethering is off.
Okay. I just want to ask you, on the hotspot and tethering itself, does it have the option to turn it on?
Yes, the Bluetooth tethering, I can turn it on. I can turn on USB tethering, share the phone's internet connection via USB. The Bluetooth tethering is share phone's internet connection via Bluetooth. And then Ethernet tethering, share phone's internet connection via USB Ethernet. They're all turned,
Okay.
they're
I
all,
just want to ask though,
okay.
yeah, I actually see it on the settings, the USB tethering and the Bluetooth tethering. And on the settings, based on the user manual here, you should see the option that only says mobile hotspot. So after you click on hotspot and tethering, the first option should be mobile hotspot that you can turn on.
So the
Do
first,
you see that one?
the first one, the USB tethering, I should turn that on?
It's not mobile hotspot. It's actually USB tethering based the user manual is the second option. So if it's not showing the mobile hotspot yet, let's go ahead and I'm going to reset your network settings here. Maybe we need to do that one. And for me to do that, can you please turn off the phone first? I know we'll be disconnected here, but we need to do this one for that option to appear on the phone. Just turn it off, keep it off for a minute, and then turn it back on. I will be calling you back so that we can, turn on the mobile hotspot.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. So bye for now here, Paul. But just keep your lines open. After a minute, I'll be calling you back. Let's go ahead and work on this.
Okay, here we go.
Thank you. Bye bye for now.
Bye-bye. Well, as everybody heard, it's kind of a mess here. I don't know whether anybody wants to continue to listen to this call. But
Find it interesting.
JD has to call Verizon to see if the Mini 3 shipped. Huh. AZ said, "You are learning, JD." So I'm going to wait a minute or two, then I'm going to turn the phone back on, see what happens. What they're saying is this brand new hotspot that I paid $100 and some for is, in my case, is useless. But she suggests just keep it in the box. You never know, you may want to use it. Well, my point being is, if I ever get to the point where I want to use it, how do I turn it back on or get it activated if I don't have any internet service?
You gotta love it.
Technology, as I get older, Justin, it just drives me up a wall and I get so confused. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I feel you.
Keep your hotspot wide open, JD says. So I don't know. I'll wait a few more seconds and I'll start my phone back up again. But if anybody is listening, we're down to 5 watchers. I don't know whether we should just end it or maybe start it up again. I don't know what to do. I guess I'm just going to end it for now, Justin. Keep your eyes open. Maybe we'll be back. Don't know. Everybody, thanks for